Drink, ding, dang, throw down!
All right. On this week's Throwdown, we have Jugador, Julian, Humberto, Serna. Demo the workout.
Sounded excited, but your eyes looked terrible.
I couldn't remember what his name was.
We've got wall-facing strict handstand push-ups, hang power cleans, and toast to bar.
We release these workouts right here on YouTube every Thursday at 1 p.m.
Hey, Chili Willy, how spicy is this workout?
What's gonna be a spicy one?
This week's Throwdown is a 12-minute AMRAP of 3 wall-facing strict handstand push-ups, 6 hang power cleans, and 9 toast to bar.
For a warm-up, movement standards, and scaling options, check the description down below.
This week's demo athlete is the Colombian assassin, Julian the Serpent Serna. CrossFit Games Masters athlete. He's 39, going on 13. Let's go talk to him about his strategy.
Is that a movie?
Wait, let's see it.
Oh, yeah.
Bring your scores over here, please.
I don't think I can talk yet. It was hard.
My fucking grip. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Riveting.
Riveting?
Yeah.
Nice.
Was it riveting for you?
Yeah, it was.
I said I was in danger, and I was right. That grip. But I really like that. It was fun. I like the handstand push-ups. They're good. They're fun.
Oh man,
Oh man, what?
my grip, lungs, my barbell got real fucking heavy.
No puking today?
No puking today. Gabby got scared, she didn't do it.
Oh yeah?
But I beat Max, which I should have expected. He did really good. He was like very close to me, so I'll give him the win on that one, but.
Those breakfast tacos this morning didn't help, so. You're having a baby!
Yes.
What'd you do different?
The wall walks. I lowered the weight like 20 pounds on the hang power cleans and did slam balls for toe to bar.
How was it?
It was good. It was hard.
Plan on doing the throwdowns as long as you can?
Yeah, as long as I can like somewhat do the movements.
Any advice for all the other pregger women out there?
Just keep chipping away and working out.
Yeah?
Scaling as needed.
I broke it up from the beginning on the cleans and the toes to bar because I knew the handstand push-ups were gonna get rough. And I'm glad I did that because my grip still was blowing up. But if you're good at the handstand push-ups, it's different.
Hey. What? Yes. What's your question?
I don't know. Tell me something.
I don't know.
How'd it go? That was fucking grippy. I broke on the cleans from the get-go. I probably should have broke the toes bar too.
Ow. Had to take my time going to the handstand push-ups because that's my weak spot.
Okay, so today I did a very hard workout. It's very hard to go upside down and breathe at the same time, but you have a lot of fun. That was my first time doing wall-facing handstand push-ups, and it's hard to do when you're breathing hard because you think you're gonna fall off the wall.
Went out too hot, like way too hot, but it's fine. It was good.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
How was it?
It was all right. It's like for the 185s. That's where you make up a lot of time. That's where I lost a lot of time. But that's about it. Handstand push-ups, I stick at them on the back. With those, you were fine. It's only 3, but your grip just goes. Break on the toes bar if you have to break. Get on the bar and just go. Don't go out hot with the trap.
It was all a grip workout. I broke the barbell and the toes to bar because I had to. Because if I didn't, I would have just completely blown up.
Man, that was really fun. Very grippy. Toe to bar got harder than I expected. I broke everything from the beginning. It was still like very grippy. My forearms were like, oh, it's fun workout, a lot of reps. That's about it.
I think you just try to be smooth, quick on the wall-facing handstand push-ups, try to stay unbroken on this hang cleans, and then smooth toes to bar, unbroken. Try to hold on to it as much as on these 2 movements. Try to like not break for as long as possible.
So unbroken.
Yeah.
Is the strategy.
I mean,
It's
for a games athlete, that sounds about right.
Masters Games athlete.
Yes. Still impressive nonetheless. A new movement introduced, at least for our throwdowns, the wall-facing handstand push-up.
Yeah, so our form of standardization, you saw a couple different things. Julian's standard was right. You did not have to be chest to deck on the wall walk. You just had to start in a wall walk position with your hands on the line. go into it inside the box and then heads touch.
This is so impressive how much stronger the sport has become over the last 5 or 6 years. 185-pound cleans now, all those guys doing them unbroken. Some people are obviously going to end up breaking those eventually, but it's super impressive.
Man, it's impressive just the speed. Like, he's going to be finishing his first round really shortly, sub 1 minute round, 42 seconds to finish, about 45 seconds back to the wall. That's a blazing pace. I mean, that's a 12-round pace.
Yeah. Interesting to see how that holds up. But his handstand push-ups are so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this workout is, different for every different type of athlete. I feel like there's the gymnast breather type.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, like the gymnast breather type succeed kind of on the toes to bar and handstand push-up. And then the barbell is where bigger athletes succeed and kind of well-rounded people are good at both. But the handstand push-up standard is such that I think even people good at gymnastics could maybe get bottlenecked there a little bit.
We talked about this before. In future throwdowns, you may see more reps, or in a quarterfinal event, you may see more reps because they've had 20 and 30 strict handstand push-ups. So if there was a wall facing and you had to do 10 each round, that's a totally different ball game. But still, being fast at the handstand push-up is so helpful here because his transition is straight to the wall, turn around, and then walk up.
Yeah, this, I did this workout, and the handstand push-up, thank you, wasn't that much of a bottleneck, but I feel like for more elite athletes, it wasn't either. It's just kind of that RX intermediate level athlete, or maybe some people that just struggle being stacked in their handstand, just struggled with the position of it.
Yeah, it is you have to make some positional changes when you do wall facing, and if you haven't been practicing them, I think it's worthwhile to put that into your training program, just because that may come out this year.
So Julian went unbroken here on the barbell for a long time. I feel like almost everybody else I watched broke it up. There's like Chris is in the background is doing it unbroken. Yeah, but it seemed like Mike broke it up and a lot of other people were breaking it, even though they could do it unbroken. And this workout got fairly grippy. By the end of it, I feel like hanging on to when Colleen went to do her last clean, her freaking hands flew off the bar. So definitely is a grip intensive workout. So we're done round 3 at 235.
Where do you think a smarter break is, on the toes to bar or on the cleans?
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. I think it actually is the toes to bar, unless it's unless it's very heavy for you. I feel like the cost of dropping the bar, having to deadlift it back up, just the time it takes to do that is way higher than just like dropping from the bar for a quick second.
You can take a really fast break on toes to bar, and it makes a big difference for your grip, and you don't lose a lot of time.
Yeah. The other thing that I noticed is I didn't see any men using the bop bounce technique. I did see a couple women athletes doing that, but I don't know. Maybe just 185 is a little too heavy for that. Like your quads would just get jammed up, but it seems like a less used thing at this weight threshold.
I've seen Mike do it. I don't know if he did it in this workout or not this time around, but he's done it even at 225 or heavier. But for most athletes, I think it's just really hard to time when it's that heavy.
I think it's the men have more, they got to have better aim.
They do have to have better aim.
That is something
you have to be careful.
I was thinking maybe it is arm length, because they the men seem to they hinge forward more when they go into the hang. When I do the bop, even at heavy weights, my torso doesn't move.
Yeah, you're like straight up and down, right?
Yeah.
Man, these handstand push-ups he's doing are quick.
They're so good.
Yeah.
He is elite level at handstand push-ups. I think he's done like 105 minutes or less.
No, he was faster than that. I think he was. I think when I was collecting data on it, I think he was right where Noah was.
Yeah. So in 4 minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, high
crazy.
3s, low 4s, maybe.
These grips remind me of melted down traffic cones. That's all I can think of when I see them.
Is he rotating them before he goes to the toe? Oh, yeah, he is. It's interesting. These transitions are all still pretty solid. This one seems a little bit longer. That was about 7 seconds from bar to toes to bar. It seems like the transition that you would push from doing the workout is really from the toes to bar to the handstand push-up. The other ones seem to be a little bit more slower.
I think it depends. If you're the gymnast, then yes, but I would push the handstand push-up into the barbell and slow down into the handstand push-ups.
Do you think at this rep threshold you'd be concerned that you'd be failing them? Or just that they would slow you down a lot?
Maybe not failing, but they would get hard. Yeah. I did a workout recently with sets of 4, and they were hard to do.
For Julian, you see how fast he's still moving. So I agree with Max that for someone that's good at gymnastics or good at handstand push-ups, the walk alone, if you go a little bit faster and you're not kind of slowing yourself down, could save you 2 or 3 seconds per round.
Yeah, something to think about too as you practice this. We don't know what the standard is going to look like if CrossFit does release this type of movement. We created one that we thought, okay, this kind of works and it's manageable, but I would definitely play around with different standard techniques in terms of like how are you pointing your toes? Are they touching together? Where's your body line? Yeah, I saw that little cameo.
Yeah, I agree.
That was
at the games, your knees could be on the wall, but I think for this standard, only toes could touch the wall.
Yeah, I think that was the standard. Check the standards in the description.
Yeah, we'll have all that for you. To Max's point, he's talking about how the transitions are still pretty fast, but the one that slowed down was from the barbell to the toe to bar. The advantage of breaking those is you can actually have 2 fast transitions. So then you can go quickly from the barbell to the pull-up bar, do 6, let's say, and then have a 2-second rest and then do the remaining reps. It's a little bit faster. I just never think it's a bad idea to break things up.
Yeah, I think in almost all CrossFit workouts, but this one specifically. So I think he did 6 rounds unbroken, and then his last power clean set he broke up. So now I think he's going to be breaking from here on out. And I think for most people, just starting that break right off the bat or planning for it to be unbroken and breaking on the toes to bar is probably a better idea.
Yeah. Now, the advantage he has is he's still very, very fit. So some people like to push. Travis is one of these examples where Travis will push earlier in a workout and then just kind of pull back to a pace that's sustainable and then push the ending. If you're like that, then you could definitely train that way.
Yeah.
All right, you can see the transitions now are definitely slowing down a little bit, and I think it's a little grippy too. Like,
did you talk to him after this workout?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I did the workout right after this heat, so I didn't get to talk to him right after. What was the question?
Did he say it was grip that was his limiter?
I don't remember what he said specifically was his limiter. He did say that it was hard, and
nice.
Yeah, that was it though.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's about it though.
Every time I do a CrossFit workout, it is very hard.
Yeah. Chris came up to talk to me afterwards, and I was like, "No, not gonna do it."
Did you beat anybody this workout, Max?
Oh, I did.
Okay, just want
to. I got a framed leaderboard of all the people that I took down.
Are you going to start doing all the throwdowns?
Well, this week I have a golf tournament, so no.
Oh, that's right.
I am gonna come in on
Max
Saturdays.
and I are playing together. I'm excited about that. We're gonna crush.
When are you gonna put Nordic curls in here so I can win more?
Yeah, Chris will win.
So this transition now got a little bit slower, and it makes sense because I think these sets of hang power clean, this is where I felt my grip was like about to come off the bar and was really impacting me. I felt like I could hang on to the toes to bar really until probably the last 2 minutes, whereas this was, my hands felt like they were gripping at full effort and it was still slipping out of my fingers.
So Julian is the level of athlete where it makes sense to take the strategy he did take, where it was, I'm going to go unbroken until I can't anymore. But most people aren't like that. Yeah. So what would you say breakup-wise leading into this workout for people who know that they could go to singles on cleans if they go too hard?
Yeah, I mean, I would not, unless you're an elite level athlete, I would never really risk the strategy of going out hot and expecting that you could regulate down. I feel elite athletes can get to that threshold and kind of back off of it while they're still working, whereas like a more intermediate or lower level RX, once you redline, the recovery time is so high that you almost have to take multiple 30-second, 20-second breaks within there, and you just can't really recoup the time. I still think if this were an actual quarterfinal workout, I think Julian probably have to repeat this, because I still think that now these transition elements have gotten a lot longer, and I think it would have spread it out better had he broke up the toes to bar earlier in the workout.
Yeah, he was on under a minute per round pace, and he's going to kind of drag that out over a minute. If you could keep a minute per round pace, you're going to do really well in a workout like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's blazing fast, because he did his first round unbroken with pretty fast transitions. By the time he actually started his next round, he was at 50 seconds.
Right.
So there's not that much time if you're trying to do minute rounds. It's basically one break on the toes to bar and a slower transition.
Yeah, that would be your elite games level athletes.
Yeah, the top score that you'd see in this workout.
Yeah, I think the first step would be breaking the toes to bar, as Max mentioned. Mia, you alluded to that as well. And then the next step is, if you're not very strong, you have to break the hang power cleans. The problem with that, though, is it's just an extra deadlift every time. So you have to kind of figure out how to manage that. Is it a longer rest break before I start my hang power cleans and then push the toes to bar, or take a longer break before the handstand push-ups and the hang power cleans? all those things you need to think about when you're strategizing a workout like this.
He just did that last set of toes to bar. I know the camera's showing him getting ready for the wall walks, but those look labored at the end. Like, it looked like he was struggling to get his toes there. He didn't say he felt anything in his core, so I would imagine that it's just kind of grip and breathing at this point. But I know for me, they got really challenging in the end.
There's a lot of midline here. You're doing a wall walk into the handstand push-ups, and then the hang power cleans, he's hinging quite a bit. I mean, he goes almost all the way down to his knee, and then right into a really flexed position with a toe to bar, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and you're bracing to catch that weight because it's not light enough that you can just cycle it. Having the weight on you is actually challenging. So he dropped that at 39, picked it back up at 45. That's a 6-second break.
Still
that is really, really, really good at this point in the workout. And he's got
a little sweat there.
Oh, sweat. I thought he was doing the pirate eye.
That should be the cover for this.
I'm a pirate, brother.
That was a really good transition. Julian's done this long enough that he's aware of where he is in a workout. He knows what time he has left, and so he obviously shortened that transition.
Yeah, so that's 9 right there, and he's leaning way back. You can tell he's messed up, but this is kind of the impressive thing about athletes is that this is a finishing kick. It doesn't look as fast as the first round, but you can tell there's a substantial increase in pace, transitions, now fighting for reps that are close to the end of the set. So this is really, if you want to be a successful CrossFitter, I mean, this is how you need to be thinking of things. Transition there, even though with the chalk break, it was 9 seconds basically from the time he's off the wall into his hang clean set, which is
and he probably
really
knew
impressive.
here he had one set of hang clean, so taking that extra second,
Yeah.
if he can go unbroken, is probably smart.
Yeah.
To put the chalk on.
Yeah, and you could see that grip is just a huge limitation there, but he still did that unbroken, raced over, and didn't get it.
Couldn't get the chalk.
Little smile.
All right, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the whiteboard and see what
No.
you could. Oh, where are we going? Let's talk to Chili Willy.
Nope.
Nope.
Already talked to him.
Damn it.
After round 5, I can feel my grip. It's funny how much those handstand walks, push-ups affect your grip. Obviously the barbell, I had to break up after the 5th round. I went unbroken, and then I did 3-3 moving forward. The toaster bar, I kept unbroken on purpose. The grip at that point was just gnarly.
Let's talk targets for TTT TD165. So something to take into consideration in this workout is that our setup in our gym in the demo that you watched, the bar to the wall is about 30 feet. So if you can get your setup a little bit better where your bar is closer to your wall and your barbell, these targets might be on the low end of setting targets for elite. So elite, 10 rounds would be a target as kind of a minimum threshold. So we saw Julian almost get, or he got halfway into round 11, so he was ahead of pace. A 10-round target is feasible. I think the best scores that we had were just under 11 rounds so far on the men's side and just under 11 side on the female side as well. So I think 10 as a target would be a relatively good pace for elite athletes. For RX, we set the target at 8 rounds, so it's about 90-second rounds. That seems relatively feasible, and it's really about a 1 break in the barbell and 1 break in the toes to bar with kind of slow, moderate transitions. Now, that's going to be accomplished different ways if you're somebody that can crush the barbell versus somebody that's going to struggle with the handstand push-ups or the toes to bar. So there's a lot of different ways to get that, but just as a starting target for RX level athletes, we'd say 8 rounds is there. For intermediates, this throwdown is a little bit more oriented like a quarterfinal style workout. So if you want to get an open base feel to start to try to do workouts that can get you into that top 10% to make quarterfinals, we really recommended doing the intermediate version and having the target be around 6 rounds. Now, you also have the option of just doing the same workout and lowering the weight for the handstand or for the barbell, or changing the wall facing handstand push-ups to maybe kipping handstand push-ups if that skill's not good for you. So 6, 8, and 10 rounds from intermediate to RX to elite level athletes as targets in the workout. Going movement by movement, the HSPU, also known as wall facing handstand push-ups, thought here for both elite and RX athletes is to go unbroken. It's only 3 reps. Doing this workout myself as somebody who's not super good at gymnastics relative to the field, I was able to go unbroken all the way through. And round 6, 7, 8 got kind of questionable in terms of really having to grind to press out. I also judged somebody who failed one of the reps early, but then was able to get the rest of the rounds unbroken. So I think if you manage your transitions well relative to your athletic level, you should be able to be unbroken in all the rounds there. As a safety to do that, think about the rest in transition from the toes to bar to the wall facing handstand push-ups as something that you can extend to be able to do them unbroken. Rushing to the wall and doing 1 or 2 reps and then having to fall or wall walk out and then wall walk back up is so much extra work that it almost makes sense to take 10 to 15 seconds, slow your transition, and then when you go up, know that you can get all 3 of the reps plus the wall walk done. Also, warm your body line up for this. The wall facing position definitely puts more challenge on you to be stacked. You have to get your head inside the box, and it can be easy if you get your hands too close to the wall to push yourself back into the wall, and then your feet kind of go over and you fall off the wall. So make sure your body line for handstands is warmed up a little bit better than if it were just normal handstand push-ups kicking with your back to the wall. For the hang cleans, I would say only elites start unbroken. We saw Julian do that where I think he went through 5 or 6 rounds before he broke it. For everybody else, both RX and intermediate athletes, I would say a break here makes sense. Pretty much in this 8 to 10 range between the RX and elites, I think that almost everybody I saw that was in that 8 to 9 round range started breaking up the sets at some point in the workout, whether it's after 3 rounds. So if you're not at the level where you think that you can really push the pace of the other things unbroken, I would say it just makes sense to drop it. Now, we talked about it in the demo. The drop of the hang cleans is more costly, but the work in the hang cleans is actually still really challenging. It was really the biggest bottleneck for most people doing it. For gymnasts here, I would say slow transition from the handstand push-up to the bar, because that's going to be the biggest challenge in the workout. For strength-oriented athletes, I would say go from the handstand push-ups and push that transition, because your transition from the toes to bar to the wall on the handstand push-ups might be longer. So if you have those 3 transitions in the workout, you got to kind of pick which one you're going to push relative to what your skill level is in the movement that's following the one you just completed. Finally, for the toes to bar, break early. This is the easiest movement to break. You can be on the bar, do 5 toes to bar, drop for 3 to 5 seconds and jump right back up. It's a pretty quick transition and it does a lot to save your grip. So I would say break early, unless you're somebody that is super good at grip intensive workouts and a great gymnast. I don't really think it's worth it to do that set unbroken in the toes to bar. Now for the elites, what I would say is if you're trying to go unbroken, it would actually make sense at the end of the workout when you're starting your finishing kick to push that unbroken, as opposed to thinking that you're going to start them unbroken in the beginning and start to break as you go, because this is such a grip dominated workout. The other thing is transition quickly into your first set of toes to bar if you are going to break early. So you finish your hang cleans. We saw Julian's rest times were somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds. For an intermediate or RX, it might not be that, but fast relative to you, meaning finish your hang cleans, get over to the bar, get your first set out of the way, assuming that your grip's not blown up, knowing that you're going to take a break in that toes to bar set, and then you can kind of finish the set in either 2 or 3 sets. I would say it's really a 2-set 9 for an RX level athlete or above. If you're breaking it into 3-3-3, it's probably at the end of the workout, you're at grip failure, or maybe you're kind of in this intermediate category. That's all I got for tips on the workouts and targets. Good luck. TTT165, throwdown TD. Peace.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, let it be known what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.